Diamond. Why do you want to get to Double Blue Diamond? Because we take the caps off. What does that mean? That means at the executive matching bonus unilevel, you get all the dynamic compression. So will there be people getting insane, crazy weekly checks in Yolis? The answer is yes. So for those of you that want and need the crazy, insane income, I'm one of them, so I understand. We have put that in place for you. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, guys, is I want to close up, and I wanted to turn this back over to my incredible friend, Corey Citron. Just let me say a couple things just real quick about Corey. Look, when I first met Corey almost 5 years ago, and I saw him, a lot of people, it's funny, they thought that me and Corey were in each other's organization. We were not. We always worked together cross-line. But when I met that man, I realized the day I went to this beautiful black tie dinner that I was going to get to know him. And I remember walking right up to him, and I introduced myself, and that truly right there was the beginning of our friendship. That friendship turned into a partnership. We've been able to launch, and a lot of people are unaware of this, but we've launched companies together, traditional companies together, as well as we've worked together to do huge, gigantic promotions. Now, I just want to say this about this guy. What I love about this man is, first of all, one thing about all the Yoli founders, they're all workaholics. They're working machines. And you want to know why? Because they love it. It's just what they do. They love helping people. They love building. And what I love about this group is they love to do the right thing. So with that being said, let me just turn it back over to a guy who I want you to know he hasn't slept in the last 2 days putting this presentation together for all of you. And you listen to the excitement. You'll think that you'll think as he's talking he just got out of bed. An amazing individual. Let me turn it back over to my good friend and another of the Yoli founders, Corey Citron.
Well, Robbie, my gosh, buddy, I'm just sitting back here. I got goosebumps as well, and, you know, what an incredible job you did of just really capturing so much of what Yoli has to offer. And, we've been here about an hour, and, it's a Saturday again, and this is what I have to say, guys. What's an hour on Saturday when you can set yourself financially free for the rest of your life? This, what you've just heard from Robbie, I mean, talk about passion. Passion's when your heart gets carried away by a cause bigger than yourself. And, when you look at all great companies, their success really comes down to passion. And, Yoli has so much going for it. You already know that. We could spend a few more hours on more content, but you know what? Nobody can touch us on passion. When you look at the Yoli founders, they've got a passion for this industry. They have a passion for distributors. We have a passion that literally 100 companies couldn't match, and that's coming through here. And so what I want to do right now is just real quick here, keep this slide here. People are just going ballistic. You can see some of the comments. We've got people right now in our pre-launch phase that have tabulated over $50,000 in pre-launch orders. Guys, we are not messing around. If you're on this webinar right now and you don't really grasp the magnitude of what's happening and the critical nature of this pre-launch window, small window of opportunity, then you better stand up straight and take a look at what's going on, because take a look at this next slide. The number one thing that we're looking at when we talk about evolving the network marketing industry is keeping people in the game, more like a health insurance than a typical network marketing. And if you want to create retention, you've got to have competitive price points. You've got to have a reasonable break-even point, which is what Robbie so eloquently touched on. And, I take a look at the Gillette model. You've got to reorder these blast caps from Yoli. People are understanding the profound nature, not just from the product, but from our business model and our ability to not just help people with their health, but the environment as well. And so if you go to the next slide, I'm going to agree with Robbie. We're all half man, half machine. We work very, very hard. That's what a typical day looks like when we're all at the Yoli house. Next slide, please. But you know what? We work hard. We're going to play even harder. Just a few weeks ago, we did our VIP pre-launch campaign at the beautiful Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach. And what an incredible, exciting event this was. We're going to do it more often. We're going to have an annual cruise, and I'm going to tell you how you can win a free trip for the family here as we close out this webinar here in just a couple minutes. Incentive trips, a ranch experience, regional events, conventions, guys. One thing you know about us is we put on major events. We put on events that are better than the company events themselves. People leave and they're like, my gosh, I loved your training better than even the company event. So you can imagine the type of events we're going to be doing. Here's a quick picture of our cabana, the Yoli cabana at the Fontainebleau. Next slide, please, guys. And this is really what it all comes down to. Southwest Airlines launched in the early 70s. At that point, only 15% of the population was flying. And they had a mission. Their mission was to democratize the skies. They wanted to give every single man, woman, and child the opportunity to fly, because up until that point, it was only a upper class ability had the ability to fly. Well, guess what? Several decades later, they've achieved their goals. 85% of the population, that same 85% that wasn't able to fly, now can fly. And that is what we look at Yoli as. You know, there's only 15, 16% of the population, Robbie spoke about this, that are participating in our industry. We want to open it up to the other 85% and give them the opportunity to fly. Not physically as an airplane, although that comes into play, but fly financially. Fly with their health. Next slide, please. Fly with their financial freedom, with their time freedom, their ability to do what they want to do with whom they want without having to ask anybody's permission. So here's what we're going to do for you guys, and I'm very excited about this. I'm about to share something that we have not shared before. We are going to be launching, it's not up yet, so don't go there yet, a marketing system, the Go Yoli marketing system, that's going to be affordable. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. We're even going to have some iPhone apps that are going to knock your socks off. And so if you know one thing about myself and the founders is we love to market, you're going to have the most state-of-the-art marketing system, bar none. Now, one other thing we're going to deliver, and you can go to the next slide and just go through them, is we have an exclusive training platform called Yoli Life. Now, when I say this, guys, I hope you're sitting down. We have an exclusive. If you could literally launch a network marketing company, $1 billion network marketing company, around this training platform alone. When you see the video that we're getting ready to launch on Monday, you're going to be able to go to YoliPrelaunch.com. Next slide, please. It's not up yet, so it's not up yet, but I'm just telling you, YoliPrelaunch.com. You're going to see a video that we created, and it is going to blow your mind. Other companies are going to quiver in their boots because they're going to realize that we're not messing around here. We are looking to dominate this industry, and we understand, next slide please, that if you want to dominate the industry to the degree that we're going to do it, you've got to provide training at an affordable cost that everybody can participate. Next slide please. Final few slides here. Let's talk about the Yoli Give program. Of course, we're going to give back. We've been so blessed. Now we're going to be able to give back more than ever before. A portion of all our sales are going to go to multiple charitable foundations. Many of you are very excited about our Pharma Blast Save a Life program. That's where we can take the same Yoli Blast technology, but instead of putting nutritional ingredients, we can put vaccines in there, and we can ship them to Africa. We can ship them to the jungles of South America, and you can literally save a life, and you can actually participate in the Yoli compensation structure by participating in this program. This program, just so you know, the inventor of the technology, I understand, is being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize because of this technology. The Trees for the Future program, guys, next slide. Every time somebody joins Yoli, you know what we're going to do? We're going to plant 10 trees. Every single time somebody signs up in Yoli, we're going to plant 10 trees. Every time somebody uses the Go Yoli marketing system, guess what? We're going to plant 10 trees. Our initial goal is to plant 1 million trees. Guess what that's going to do to our carbon offset? We're going to be able to offset a lot of the carbon footprint that we're creating. And that's one thing you've got to do in business today. You can't just worry about your bottom line with finances. You've got to concern yourself with the environment. And when you watch this video, go to that real quick, Robbie, go back. If you go after this webinar and you go to treesforthefuture.com, treesftf, watch that 9-minute video. It'll bring tears to your eyes. Okay, next slide, please. So, Rob, you already touched on how much we're polluting the environment with the plastic bottles. So let's talk about another solution. Advance the slide one more, and we're going to wrap this thing up. We will be releasing in the near future a branded Nalgene BPA-free bottle where you can walk around town. And one of the things we love about this Robbie alluded to it, is you take this with you. Your product isn't locked up in some refrigerator somewhere. You take this thing on the go, and these Nalgene branded bottles, you're going to have one for every member of the family in their own color and design. And we really, really feel that eventually everybody will be using these Nalgene bottles. You'll be reordering the blast caps, and we'll be doing our part to save the environment. And you've got to feel really, really proud about that. Final thing I want to talk about, guys, the first annual Yoli cruise. Check it out, oasisoftheseas.com. Go where no company's gone before.